The Royal Albert Hall is 153 years old now, and we have a varying amount of events that come into the hall. We have a different show pretty much every day, and it can range from orchestral shows through to large rock and pop events and everything in between.
At the Royal Albert Hall, I am a freelance sound mixer hired in to mix whatever the show happens to be that day. It could be a book launch, it could be a rock and pop gig, it could be the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra playing the John Williams suite.
In 2018, the decision was taken by the hall to bring audio in-house. We went out to tender and we had a PA designed for us by D&B Audio Technic, which became our in-house PA. Today we're doing a standard sort of end-on show on our stage. Some days we do shows in the round, some days we do shows on the roof, shows backstage, shows in the loading bay. It's a very flexible building the way it works, so we needed a control system that could adapt to that. With that in mind, we have installed a fibre network around the building of optical fibre, and then the hub of that fibre network is a Broman optical Route 66 router. We have 5 consoles now, so we have the new Quantum A52, we have a Quantum 7, an SD10, an SD9 and an SD11.
As everyone knows, the Royal Albert Hall is a challenging venue sound-wise. Coming into a place like this, you have to know the room, you have to know how to treat it sonically with what you're doing. I think having the control of that with something like the DiGiCo 852, it just makes it all so much easier. Processing wise, it's great to still have all the mustard and the spice rack. One of my go-to effects for anything live these days is dynamic compression and dynamic EQ, and certainly when the spice rack was introduced, that was, a game changer, certainly, because I didn't need any outboard to deal with that anymore.
Downstairs in our warehouse basement, we're currently prepping for an off-site rehearsal for a live orchestra with cinema that's happening in a couple of days. So we have the Quantum 7 down there as the front of house desk and the SD10 as monitors. Having that multitude of equipment, but also the flexibility of the infrastructure in the building as well, allows us to serve them quite effortlessly.
The support from DiGiCo has always been great. It feels like a family business. There's always somebody who can talk to you. There's always someone who'll answer your question. There's massive online support and then massive online communities as well, so you can bounce ideas off other operators.
I find DiGiCo quite a personal company in comparison to maybe some other larger manufacturers. They're very much available on the phone, and there is that personal element of support from them, which is obviously gratefully received and really useful for sort of an in-house audio team like us to have that relationship and that partnership.
DiGiCo is my go-to tool. It's the nucleus and the center point of everything I do. It's the one tool that I will always insist upon having. Obviously people have their preferences as to the make and the type of desk they want to use. It just allows me to do absolutely anything to anything at any moment, and the nature of my work, be it concerts here or demands from producers and directors when you're putting on a show, a play or a musical, you don't have to sit there and say, hang on a minute, I just need 10 minutes while I sort something out. You can just do things instantly. The offline software is just brilliant as well, because I can sit there and I can program all of these shows. I can program anything offline and just load it into the desk and off you go. So yeah, for me it's a must.